Action.
Now you can introduce.
Yes. Our first speaker is a comedian, speaker, host. She hosted a TV show called Inspirational Moments with Winifred in San Francisco. The title of her speech is I'm a woman of a particular age. Please join me to welcome Winifred.
Thank you. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. I'm a woman of a particular age, came about because I had a hard time with aging. I constantly fight aging every day. Whoever said that aging was the golden years, I would have liked to have met them and slapped them in the face. A lot of issues come with aging, and I had a hard time with it. What happens is when people find out your age, they'll say, you look good for your age. I said, what do you mean? Did I look bad before? Everything is a label. So therefore, I never tell people my age. When I'm in the gym exercising, men will say to me, you look young, you have a really great spirit, but how old are you? I turned to them with my quote and said, age is a mind over matter. You don't mind, it don't matter. If you do, you can take a walk. And they either engage in a conversation or they don't. People in society have a label. Back in the days when I was coming through as a kid, they said if you were 50, you were middle age. Now they're calling 40 to 70 and 80 elders. I don't like the terms. That's why I came up with this title. I'm a woman of a particular age. I date, I go out. When I'm looking at men or they're looking at me, I see the older men want a nurse and the young ones are after my purse. What do I do? I have to go in the middle. Okay? They want a nurse with a housekeeper and the young ones want the purse. They can go online shopping. So what do? I went out on a date with the man I met. I like reading the obituaries because I meet my men that way. When they lose their wives, I find out where the funerals and memorials are, and I bake them a cake and try to console them. I went out with one man and we went to Wolfgang Puck restaurant at Wolfgang Puck, and he's screaming across the table. He says, I forgot my hearing aids. I left them at home. And I said, that's a great place, right? The next thing I knew, his hands were roaming on my thighs. I said, that's not a part of the menu tonight. Cut it out, please. And so therefore, and the dating apps don't work. You get a lot of scammers. There's a lot of romance scammers on the dating app. So I don't deal with dating apps. The best way to meet people is networking and be out in the public and stuff like that. And upon rising every morning, when I get up, the first thing I do is meditate, pray, and I play Rod Stewart's song, Forever Young, because I want to remain forever young. My spirit is young. I'm a vibrant woman full of life. I tell people and men and people I meet, I'm not dead. They think because you're a certain age, you're dead. You know, I said, I still know how to kiss. I know how to shop. I know how to look good. So that blows people away because like I said, everyone has everyone in a category. You're 50, you're 67, whatever your age is, they said, well, you should look this way. And one thing I remember growing up, when I looked at Andy Griffith's show, I said, I don't want to look like Aunt B. with the bun and the long muumuu dress, and that wasn't my style. I said, I'm not going to look like a woman who's aging and look old. And I also remember a story. I worked in a nursing home. I was a nursing student. And I remember this beautiful lady in the nursing home with red hair, bright red hair and red lipstick. And her daughter put her in this nursing home. And she said, Winifred, I'm so lonely. And I was only 19 years old. And I said, what can I do to make you happy? So what I did is I pushed her wheelchair into the solarium. The solarium was this beautiful living room where everyone was sitting, watching television. That's where they would have their meals every day. And there were people in there. And I said to her, I'm going to find you a boyfriend. And the next thing I knew, I saw like 5 men, 2 were in wheelchairs and 3 were mobile. I said, let's pick that man over there for you. And I took her over to this man, wheeled her wheelchair over, and I introduced them, and they became friends. And after that, he escorted her to her room every day and gave her a kiss. And she was a happy woman. So I thought about that. Here was a woman who was 80 years old, but she was lonely. She was in a nursing home and she wanted a companion. And I made that happen. I felt like I had a magic wand and I made it happen for her. And that's how I want to live my life. I was thinking about me as a woman. I've been married. I was married. I dated one man that I was a control freak. I said, if you wanted to control me, I should have came with a remote. I should have had a remote. You push all the buttons and, so being a woman of a particular age is the way I'm going to go. I'm not going to talk about, I got 20 pains, my hip is out of joint, and this and that. And I live around a lot of seniors and they're constantly complaining every day. That's not the way. Every day is a gift. I don't take that for granted. We hear one lady said to me around here, she said, oh, Winifred, my husband doesn't hold my hand anymore. He doesn't give me a kiss. I said, do you want me to try him out and restart his battery and hold his hand? And she was laughing. And then another man said to me, oh, they're stalking me and I don't understand why they would be. You don't look like George Clooney or Brad Pitt. Who would want to stalk you? But I live around people, seniors who complain every single day. And I don't want to live that way. My life is entirely different. I'm very busy, very active. And that's why I don't want people to be putting me in a category. You don't look old. What does old look like? And if you live to be old, it's a privilege. We're supposed to embrace every age group. But if I had a magic pill, I would stay in my 30s. I love the 30s. The 30s was like one of the best age groups for me. I just love the 30s. So I am enjoying life. And like I said, I'm not looking for a husband. I've been married, had 2 engagements, and that's the way my life went. Thank you so much, fellow Toastmasters.
Thank you, Winifred. Thank you for sharing that humorous joke with us. Let's take a minute and send our notes